Have you ever tried falling in love with someone? Someone whom you're willing to take a risk for against all odds.
I was born November 21, 1949.
I was born in January 15, 1959.
Someone whom you accept and embrace wholly, despite each other's differences.
My father was the late Muhammad Ali Dimaporo. My mother was Jamila Lala Dimakuta Dimaporo.
My parents, the former Governor Arcelo Quibranza, and my mother, Teofila Lao de la Cruz Quibranza.
A devoted Muslim and Christian who found love for each other, unmoved by the history of the conflict of their respective religions and beliefs. Two hearts that are willing to give in and to unite each other's character despite the gap between their faiths. This is the story of the two political leaders of Lanao del Norte.
I first met Abdullah when I was in high school, when he organized the it's a members are the children of the Muslim politicians and the Christians also, where I was a member then.
When I was at Brent School, I had a very close friend, Joselito Bautista, owner of the, I think, Baguio Colleges. And he had a band. And one of the members of the band, because I knew them, I asked him to go to Lanao and work in Mindanao State University. My father was then, if I'm not mistaken, a congressman, and at the same time also the president of OIC president of the Mindanao State University. And so my father hired him and allowed me to organize the children, the children of the political leaders of the two provinces, Muslims and Christians, which included my father-in-law. And that was the reason why my wife was a member of Children's. I did not know her before I organized that.
I thought that the organizer of this is those whom I've seen in that practice, who are from Baguio. And there's a lot from Iligan, a few from Marawi, more from Iligan City, who joined in that group, in that singing group. And when we had our reunion, so we had a concert. We had a concert actually in Iligan, where I was the lead star in that concert. Maybe because I was the daughter of the governor, but I was not singing. I was doing a dance like I don't remember the song anymore, but it was like I was like a princess and meet this prince, no, parang ganon.
In one event where they were getting together for bonding purposes, they went to Timuga to a swimming pool there. And I stayed at the upper part of the swimming pool because I did not want them to see me or to know me, that I am the organizer.
We had a reunion in Timuga. In that day also, I learned that it was Abdullah Dimaporo who financed actually that group, who organized that group, but he was just behind because he doesn't want to be seen, since at that time the Dimaporos and the Quibranzas, wounds are not really fully healed yet. No, that's the first time that I met Abdullah.
I saw a girl, a lean girl, very sexy to me, and I kept looking at her. And then that evening, they had a dance. For the first time, I made myself known to them, but not as the organizer.
But when I met Abdullah, and I realized that it was him who financed that group, I immediately resigned from the group. I did not anymore join in their. They went. I think they They went to Cagayan de Oro for a concert then. But I resigned. I did not join anymore because as I was saying, medyo takot ako sa Muslim.
Imelda, as a Christian, made herself reserved, as what a typical Filipina is known to be, making Abdullah fall in love even more so.
What happened, yun si General Jose Magno hosted a tennis tournament for the two political, they say kingpin, no, of Lanao del Sur and Lanao del Norte, the Dimaporo and the Quibranza. So in that tennis tournament, the family of the Dimaporo, of Governor Dimaporo, were there, and also our family.
My father was playing tennis, and I was to play tennis with him. But when I saw my wife, again I saw the very beautiful girl now in shorts and playing pelota. I also played pelota with her, no?
He met me again, and yun, he started visiting na for a month every day, like having breakfast in our home until dinner, and they also joined us for merienda, and then they leave like 8 in the evening back to Karumatan, now SND. So that's how it started.
Abdullah's great love comes with great efforts and gifts, not just for Imelda, but also for the community of Lanao del Norte.
I was so lonely thinking of my wife, and then I went up to the roof, and then just looked at the stars, thinking of her, just to say the truth, no.
So that's how it started. Like and when I went back to Manila for my college, he met me at the airport. At that time, ano pa it's like wala pa kasi yung tube, so you have to go down, there's stairs, and the airport. And I saw him right at the last step of the stairs in the plane. He was there holding flowers and chocolates, roses and chocolates. Ganon yung drama niya. No, and I was with my parents because they always send me off when I go back to school in college. And the following day, until every day sa dorm, meron akong bulaklak and chocolate.
I started courting her. One morning, while having breakfast, I told my father that I want to marry her. And he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "I am sure." I think he asked that 3 times. And then after the third time, he went quickly to his room and changed, put on his clothes without finishing his breakfast. And then told me he will look for my father-in-law, Governor Arsenio Quibranza at that time. And then I was told that he went to the house in Tubod, but he was not there. So he went to Iligan City to go to their house in Iligan City, but they met on the road.
I remember my father got mad at me. He was not my boyfriend yet at the time. He was just courting me. And my father was on his way to Iligan kasi the seat of the provincial government then was in Iligan pa at the time. And on his way back to Iligan, I was in Manila. I was already in college. He stopped. My father-in-law stopped his car in somewhere in Kulambugan, near the Findlay ata yon. And syempre yung mga security ng papa ko natakot.
My father told the driver brake, and then suddenly he jumped out, and then he was waving his hands like that, and the security of my father-in-law cocked their guns because they were wondering what my father was doing.
His car was stopped, and lumabas daw si Ali from his car and go to the car of my father, my parents. They were like, what's the problem again?
And then they were forced to stop because my father was on the middle of the road. So they stopped.
Yun, when my father also stepped out from his car and asked the governor, Dimaporo, what's the problem, something like that.
And then my father told my father-in-law, "Compadre, my son loves your daughter and wants to marry her. We will go to your house tomorrow morning in order to talk about their marriage."
And yun pala, he just want to inform my father that his son, si Abdullah nga, wanted to marry me.
And my father-in-law couldn't say anything. My father waved at his jeep, and then he rode and said, "Compadre, I'll see you tomorrow." Without waiting for the answer of my father-in-law.
And I was like, oh my God, I was only like 17 years old at that time. So yun, when my father went to Manila, parang sinabon ako, pinagalitan ako ni mama. My father naman, hindi naman yung nagagalit sa akin eh. Well, he never took advantage. He was very gentleman. He asked me for a date, and I was with my cousin. We watched a concert. I don't remember what was the concert anymore, but I think it was in Araneta. Yun ang sikat nun eh. The concerts in Araneta Coliseum. And it was Valentine's Day, actually. Yeah, I remember. It was Valentine's Day when he asked me for a date. So we had a dinner. I was with my cousin. And then, yun, hanggang he keeps on visiting me na, sending flowers. And then, pagbalik ko dito, every time I go home for a vacation, again, he's always there. So I find him very gentleman and very soft-spoken, malinis na tao, parating mabango, that kind of. Although he's not really the man of my dreams because yung aking is not really maputi. She's white skin eh. And chinito, hindi naman ako mahilig ng chinito eh. But I think it's, as I said, it's fate, it's destiny.
My mother-in-law agreed, and they set the date.
In September of 1977, we got married in a civil and a Muslim rites in Philippine Plaza. It was Philippine Plaza Hotel then, now the Sofitel.
My father-in-law wasn't there because he could not, take it. It was so sudden. It was so sudden. He was in Osami City, but he agreed to it because my mother-in-law agreed to it. So we set the wedding, and we wed here in Manila.
Well, as you grow, at my age now, I could say that love makes you stronger as long as you have your faith in it. There's God always. I guess that's it. That's love for me.
I love her very much. I will die for her.
Imelda and Abdullah's marriage is one of the many great examples of the peaceful relationships between Christians and Muslims, and served as proof that love prevails against all the odds in its unique way. This union served as a concrete embodiment of two faiths standing together in love and harmony, leaving a valuable legacy of lasting peace in Lanao del Norte. Like and share our page and become a frontier of peace.